Hi, I'm Wizard of Ads partner Dave Young, and it's time for a mini presentation, and here's our topic today. Oh, no, that's not the right topic. Let's change that. How not to get embezzled. This is my friend Jean Backus. She's a CPA in Austin. She took my class at Wizard Academy on blogging and is now blogging at the domain name thenakedaccountant.com, where she talks about embezzling. And I want to thank her for helping me put this mini presentation together. Well, we're going to talk about embezzlers today. Well, they're the nicest people, first of all. Let me just say that if you have an embezzler working for you, they're going to be the hardest working employee you have. They'll never leave their desks, in fact. They're probably always answering the phones for you. They never take their vacation time. They're never sick. They arrive early. They leave late. They're trustworthy. They're professional. Business owners typically feel grateful that the embezzler has taken so much of a load off of them. Yeah, but they're stealing your money. So what's going on? Well, the embezzler is fueling a need for power or some kind of a compulsion, drugs, gambling, shopping. They're usually not an embezzler when you hire them, and this type of activity is difficult to spot in an interview. How does it start? They steal a little bit with the intent to pay it back, and then they realize that you're not paying attention the way you should be as a business owner. The temptation becomes just too great. The whole thing spins out of control, and they finally get caught, if they do, when they become complacent. So the first warning sign is you wake up someday and you ask the question, where is my money? The IRS isn't getting paid. My bank's not getting paid. What is going on? I know I've got the sales, but the money isn't there. And that's usually about the only warning sign you're going to get. And that warning sign usually doesn't happen until the problem is pretty darn big. So what's the chance of getting any of that money back? It's virtually non-existent. Only 2% of embezzlers are ever prosecuted. The problem is your money was used to fuel the embezzler's habits, and it is just flat gone. Another problem is most business owners are embarrassed that they even got embezzled. And they don't have time to gather the evidence because they're too busy trying to rebuild their business and their cash flow. And many of these victim businesses will be bankrupt within a year. So what do? You have to be proactive, and you have to put in policies and procedures designed to prevent your business from being embezzled. And they need to be enforced. A good example, you need to open your own mail, or if your company is too big, separate these duties between two people. Make sure that your bank statements are sent to your home address. Your home address. That way you have a chance to go through them before anyone else in the company. Have the canceled checks returned with the statement. Just open up the statement and compare the payee and endorsements. Always do that. Compare the payee and the endorsements on the back. Make sure you know who all of your vendors are. Anyone that you're paying money to, make sure you know who they are. And if you notice a payee that you don't recognize, you need to question it. In fact, your bookkeeper should be used to you asking lots of questions all the time. The problem is that vendor may be a bogus company that was set up by the embezzler. Jean blogged about a company where the embezzler set up a bogus vendor that was actually owned by the embezzler's own mother. Yeah. Your bookkeeper has to take annual vacations, and not in small increments like half a day here or 2 hours there. Make sure that they get out of the office. Make them take their lunch break, away from their desk, away from the phones. Check your references before hiring anyone in your bookkeeping department. They know that most businesses don't check references, but you should go one step further and pay for a complete background check. For anyone handling your money, this is money well spent. Most embezzlers are going to repeat if given the opportunity, and when you check those references, a lot of those problems are going to crop up. Business owners, you need to have access to systems. You have to have access to all of your online financial accounts and systems. Make sure you have control of all the bookkeeper's passwords. Passwords have to be changed when turnover happens. Jean blogged about one business where they went through 4 bookkeepers. All the passwords were still the same as when the first bookkeeper was there. Don't use the same passwords for everyone, and don't store passwords on sticky notes in obvious locations like the file folder that the bills come in for things like your credit card statements. Make sure you have a plan. A good way to find some good advice on password techniques is to just go to Google and ask Google. You'll find lots of resources there. Always have two people handling your cash. One person makes deposits, another reconciles bank statements. Always know who is on your signature card at the bank. It's worth a trip to the bank once or twice a year just to make sure that signature card is how you expect it to be. And never ever give anyone else electronic transfer or wire authority inside your business. And don't use a signature stamp. Take the time to sign things by hand, and don't use a signature stamp. You just open yourself up to trouble. The point is, we don't want you to leave yourself naked to embezzlement. I want to thank Jean again for her help putting this together, and I'm Dave Young. I hope you're enjoying your day.